Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are discussing about center of gravity, lecture number 2 from chapter number 4, turning effect of forces. Before we are going to discuss our topic center of gravity, first we have to recall the previous lecture which is center of mass because both are similar to each other. They have some differences between that. Center of mass is a point where all the forces are equally distributed on it. It means that the masses of all particles placed on one point. If you remember that, we are represented it on the dot. Now, center of gravity. Center of gravity is a point where all the weight of the object act on it. If we can see in the diagram, the objects are in stationary position because two forces acting on it. One is the weight of the body and another one is a normal force which we call it perpendicular force. Both forces will cancel the effect of each other and become the object balance. Now comes towards the difference between center of mass and center of gravity. Acceleration due to gravity decreases with altitude, but from some altitudes this variation is neglected. It means that in some time center of mass and center of gravity become same. Cg represents center of gravity and Cm represents center of mass. Now, if we consider a center of mass or center of gravity for regular homologous objects, their densities are same throughout because they have geometrical centers. Now, if we consider the irregular shapes for center of mass and center of gravity, the massive materials we have to is acted to the lighter wooden rod. Center of mass and center of gravity of the objects varies with the location. Now, procedure for irregular objects. Determine the balancing point of three-dimension object. In this case, we can consider the bicycle. We can hang bicycle randomly at least from three different points as shown in the figure. The points of interaction of all these 3 points in the bicycle is the center of gravity. This point is also called center of mass. It's not possible we can make it imaginary, but if you want to draw it, we can take a thread and first we have to hang it, then we have to take a thread and draw a three dimension from if you can here see in last diagram A, B and C. So the center point which is called the dot, which will be represented by a dot or we call it dot point, that is center of mass or center of gravity. Now we can take the example of balloon. Sometimes center of mass and center of gravity not present inside in the body and sometimes they will lies outside from the body. The best example is balloon or the best example is banana as well. Now from daily life observation we can take our feet. When our feet is straight, the center of mass is inside, and when we bend it, it becomes disturbed and center of mass and center of gravity changes and it shifted outside from our body. I hope you will understand it. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.